Wizards of the Coast has recently announced new D&D Educator Resources. As a former public school teacher, I would have been over the moon excited if this content was available when I was teaching, so let's check it out. Welcome to Geek Philosophy, where we love geeky wisdom. If you're new to the channel, my name is Brian, and we release new videos weekly, so please consider subscribing and turning on the notifications so you don't miss out on any of the content. Back when I was teaching elementary school, I tried my best to incorporate some fantasy literature that I thought would spark a love of reading with my students. I remember doing an in-class reading and an in-depth study of The Hobbit. We even had our own Hobbiton-style celebration to wrap up the book, and Gandalf himself even showed up to participate in the festivities. Well, it was me dressed up as Gandalf himself even before I had the beard. And my biggest D&D regret, probably of all time, is the fact that I didn't start a club, or sponsor one at least, when I was teaching. I'm actually looking into how I might be able to be a part of one now, but I'll keep you posted on any progress with that. Wizards of the Coast has partnered with Young Minds Inspired to produce some downloadable lesson plans developed specifically for multiple ages and grade levels. Let's take a look at how they introduce their classroom materials. Dungeons & Dragons Build an Adventure is a unique opportunity to take your students on a collaborative storytelling adventure that will reinforce language arts, problem solving, and interpersonal skills as they explore fantastic realms, undertake challenging quests, and weigh daring choices in a world brought to life by their own imaginations. Students and teachers do not need prior knowledge of D&D to set out on this learning adventure. They just need imagination and a collaborative spirit. Well said. As for the materials, they've done a good job of putting things together. They have a teaching kit for grades 4 through 6th and another one for grades 6 through 8. And I think that's a really good way to separate the ages. It's a smart way to make sure that your content fits the grade level. They've even included documentation on how the Build an Adventure curriculum relates to both the Common Core English and math standards for those grade levels. The teaching kit lays out everything for the educator and explains all of the components of the program and how to use each of the included activities. And speaking of activities, there are 5 of them. In Activity 1, Characters Create Stories, students learn about story elements and how those elements come to life in D&D. They also create a character in this activity. But then in Activity 2, Imagine Your Own World, students set out creating a setting for those characters. The Plot Thickens is Activity 3, where students create the framework for their adventure's overall story and plot, followed by Activity 4, where the students gear up and purchase equipment they think their characters might need on the adventure. Then finally, in Activity 5, a dicey adventure, the students take part in a math-based activity, using dice rolls as an element of chance to their storytelling adventures. I'm actually going to cover all of these activities in detail in upcoming videos, so stay tuned. But they provide more than just these activities. You'll find additional resources like a Dungeons & Dragons digital magazine, videos, a free D&D encounter, and even some D&D coloring pages. And as for the education geeks out there, there are also some recorded webinars provided by the International Literacy Association. There are currently 2 available. One is about building emotional literacy through D&D, and the other discusses how D&D can help level up reluctant readers. Also, depending on when you're actually watching this, you may be able to take part in the 3rd webinar live. It's about using Dungeons & Dragons to scaffold writing instruction. It takes place on October 11th, 2022, and I'll post a link in the description where you can find out more information. If you're watching it after that, I'm sure the video link will be available as well. All in all, I'm really impressed with all of the classroom materials and other resources they've put together. The resources don't stop at the in-school curricula. D&D also put together an after-school kit to start your own club. So if you're a representative of a library or a school community center or any other type of enrichment organization or nonprofit, you can request a free after-school kit to help get things started. It includes a copy of the new starter set, Dragons of Stormwreck Isle, and a set of instructions and guidelines for the club organizers. It also includes a demo and learn-to-play guide for Dungeon Masters, and some character cards. I don't know what those are, but I'm assuming it's there to help you with characters. And they even send you a poster that you can put up to help spread the news about your new D&D club. If I do get that opportunity to help organize a new club or take part in one, I'll let you know what I think of the kit, because I think we'll probably use that kit that they're putting out. Thanks for sticking with me to hear a little bit about what the Wizards of the Coast have been doing to help bring the benefits of Dungeons & Dragons to the classroom and after-school programs. I really think it's understated sometimes how the inherent language and math and social development opportunities of this game are apparent to anyone that has been fortunate enough to be an educator and also have played D&D. And with that, I want to leave you with a little geek philosophy from Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Cheers.